Hey everyone, Shane here with eCharter.com. Today I have a 2001 Fleetwood Bounder Motorhome. I'm going to walk through how to install the Specialty Recreation Skylight. This is what a skylight's going to look like when it's installed. This is going to be a great replacement for a worn out skylight that you have on your RV now. It's going to be a neo angle, which means the design of it and the angle of it, the shape. It's called a neo angle. It's going to be made out of a polycarbonate. It's going to be UV resistant and impact resistant, so it's going to be durable and strong. It's going to last a really long time when sitting out in the sun on top of your roof. This one's going to be about 32 inches by 13 inches. It's going to fit a 28 by 10 cutout. A couple things I will say that you're going to need that it doesn't come with. It's not going to come with the screws, and I will recommend getting butyl tape as well. You can find the butyl tape here at eTrailer. The sealant, you are going to get one tube of the sealant. With it, I will recommend also getting an extra one for this size skylight. As far as the installation process, pretty simple and straightforward. The hardest part about installing it is getting the old one off and the old sealant off the roof membrane. When taking it off, you gotta make sure you're easy so you don't stretch out your old membrane or your membrane itself, because it does not go back to the shape that it was, and it does not go back down once you pull it off the glue. Other than that, putting the new one on is simple and straightforward. Put your butyl tape on, screw it down, put your sealant on, let it sit for 24 hours, and you're basically ready to go. If it's something that you may not have the time to do or the space to do, check out our dealer locator. Find someone near you that's able to do it. If you want to give it a shot, I promise you it's very simple to do. Follow along with me and I'll walk you how to do it now. Start your installation. We're going to need a trim panel tool. We're going to start peeling off all of the sealant that's over top the screws that are holding our skylight in place. Once we take that off, we're going to start peeling off our skylight, and then we'll clean the roof off before we put our new one down. Once you get all your screws out, you need to work your way around the outside and gently start pushing the membrane away from the bottom of the skylight. We're going to take our new skylight. Once you get the edges clean, it's going to have like a little plastic covering on it. Go ahead and peel that off. With butyl tape, we're going to take it, all the holes on the bottom edge of our skylight, we need to make sure the butyl tape is covering those holes. Now in the instructions, it's going to come with, or in your kit, it's going to come with this stuff, the skylight sealant. On the instructions on this, it says to run this along the bottom and then along the top. I can tell you right now, this is not going to be enough to do the bottom and the top. So I highly recommend using butyl tape on the bottom and use that to cover the whole top of it, along the edge. And the reason I'm peeling up these corners like this, of this paper, is because I want the butyl tape that I'm putting on to touch the other stuff that I already have down. I don't know if I'd necessarily overlap it because it gets pretty thick, but at least get it to where it's going to touch it and it's going to seal between the two pieces that you're putting together or next to each other. Once you get all the tape on, peel off the paper. Flip it over. We're going to set it in place over top of where our old system was, our old top was. I would say try and get it lined up where you want it before you touch the roof, because if you don't, this butyl tape's going to pull off of here, and you're going to have to put new stuff on. push this down like this. I'm going to take my new screws. I'm just going to go through each hole. Don't overdrive these in because you don't want to crack this and you don't want it to bow. If it bows, it could potentially leak. So I'm going to start in the corner here. Just going to work my way around, putting a screw in each one of the holes. The reason I suggest butyl tape is because as you drive this screw in, because we're drilling a hole into the roof, as you drive the screw in, the threads are going to grab that tape and it's going to pull it into the hole to help seal it. We're going to take our sealant that comes in our kit, cut the tip in an angle. It really depends on how fat you want the stuff to come out of it. Usually about a quarter of the way down from the tip, cut it at an angle, and it should be big enough. Take a poker, and you got to poke in there to open it up. What we want to do, make sure everything on the outside of this is clean. You don't have any debris or anything. You can vacuum it if you want. We want to make sure that all of our screws are covered and this edge is covered. Once you got your screws covered, your outside edge covered, go through and check, see if there's any spots you need to fill in, depending on how much you have left. I'm probably going to try to do a quick bead with what I have left. I don't have a whole lot left. And go right above this edge, in between where I covered the screws and its outside edge. Once you have your sealant on, you're happy with it, let it sit for 24 hours and you're ready to go. It's going to do it for a look at and installation of the SR Specialty Recreation Skylight on a 2001 Fleetwood Bounder Motorhome.